Hey y'all, so I'm giving you an update. I am in the hospital. I've been here since Monday. It is now Saturday. I was kind of thinking, was I going to share? Was I not going to share? But I need all the prayers I can get. I have bone cancer. It has been a whirlwind. So what happened on Monday? I'll tell you how it started. So on Monday, no, let's backtrack. I started like being lost of breath. Like, the groceries, I've been dragging up 2 flights of stairs for like 8 years. I have to like stop on a step and take a breath. And then when I get upstairs, I couldn't keep a breath. I had to like sit down and like breathe. And then I was fatigued like crazy. I was really fatigued. Like I would sleep for 8 to 10 hours and wake up tired. So then my muscles in my legs started to hurt. So then I'm like, oh shit, like this is too much to ignore. So I, used Dr. Google, and I thought I had low thyroid. So I made a doctor's appointment, right? My doctor wasn't free, so I seen a PA. So I go to the PA, and he's like, I think you have, it could be anemia too. So he checked me for anemia and low thyroid, right? So then I go get me a milkshake because I had taken the day off. I'm taking the day off, and so I got me a milkshake and went home, right? And this was 11 o'clock. I mean, I was even telling my friends, I do not feel right. I feel like I'm falling apart. So at 2 o'clock on Monday, my nurse for my actual doctor was like calling me, and she was talking hemoglobin and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So she's like, you could have had a heart attack, blah, blah, blah. Go to the emergency room now. I'm like, excuse me? So she wanted to call an ambulance. And I'm like, you know how much that shit costs? I'm driving myself, which was a mistake, right? So I drive myself. I get into the ER. Thank God Boston has the best hospital. So I get in the ER, and I'm there at 4:30. So 4:30 to 10, I end up in the emergency. Like eventually I'm like in a hallway because it was so, because the hospital's so packed, they give me a floor, but I'm in a lounge on a gurney. Like, actually for 3 days, right? When I say that is like sleeping on the floor, it was a mess. But they were saying being grateful for the gurney in your own room because the bathroom's kind of next door, because people are in the hallway, right? So I had to be grateful. So then they kept saying you'll go home today or tomorrow. Then they came in talking about you might not be going home for weeks. And I'll get to the Ava situation and how everybody stepped up eventually. So you're not going home for weeks. I was like, weeks? Right? And they thought I had multiple myeloma. I don't know what the fuck that was. So all these doctors with their rounds all have like sort of conflicting opinions. Like, one's like she can go home and do the treatment outpatient. The other one's like, we're going to start the treatment here. But they weren't totally convinced. Like, I've been in like 1,000 million tests, right? So then they did a bone marrow biopsy. That was a fucking bitch. Like, when I say that shit hurt, like, and they were just going to do like fucking local anesthesia. I told my nurse, can you give me some more pain pills? So she gave me like a Dilaudid, which I think helped, because I think it would have hurt more. But when I say they did it in my hip, and that shit has been hurting for days on top of fucking days. But there's a lot of addiction in my family. So they offered me oxycodone. So I'm like, I don't want no oxycodone. I'm sorry. Now, if I need it, I need it. But they got this whole pain scale, like 0 to 10. I was giving mine a 5. So they were giving me Tylenol. Fine. But in the middle of the night, I rolled over that shit. I felt like my body was electrocuted with pain, right? So now they confirm I have this blood cancer, right? And they said the outcome should be good, and eventually I'll have a bone marrow transplant or whatever. And I was like, shit, do I gotta find a family member who loves me? Because that could be difficult, right? And they said, well, my situation, they take mine, I guess the good cells, get rid of all the bad cells, and put back in my good cells. So I ain't gotta find a family member. Now they're saying, hopefully I'll be out of here on Wednesday. So I'll do another video on who's taking care of Ava, how that worked out, how my family has really stepped up, even though they're small family, and how my friends have been stepping up. Like, the autism moms don't play. Like, I've been having a steady stream of visitors and more coming on Sunday, and I'm so grateful that I have that group. And I also called my therapist, and we had our therapy appointment on the phone. The only thing that sucks is I gotta put Ava's speech therapy on hold, so we might not have the same speech therapist. But, you know, shit happens. But all in all, Ava's doing good. She will be back in school on Monday. I know. So I also do an update about what happens when I finally get out of this hospital, because it's very involved. I gotta sign up for my short-term disability FMLA, but come to find out, Massachusetts got paid FMLA, so I gotta work on that shit. I want to be paid, you know. And I talked to my boss, and we worked all that out. But they said it's good I work from home, because when I start feeling better, I can go to work. But I'm taking that whole 6 weeks at least. It might be more to like rest up. But see, here's my IV. I done had 4 blood transfusions so far. And my blood just keeps going up and down and up and down. I'm at 7.8 now. I was at 6.6. So to say the numbers, so I guess normal is 10, right? 10, 11, 12 for a woman. So when I came in here, I was 7.1. So they don't give blood transfusions until it's in the 6s. So overnight, I went to like 6.4 or 6.6 or something, and they gave me a blood transfusion. Then I went back up to like 7.1. I'm like, it's fucking 7.1. And then it kind of moved to 7.8. And then overnight, it went back to the 6s. So we've been playing this game for a while. So I've had 4 blood transfusions. Big fun. So, all my peeps, just pray for me. Pray for Ava. Pray for me. If you got a prayer team, a prayer line, you just doing your own prayers, can you put me in it? I'll appreciate it.